Hey, my Taurus babies, what's happening? This is EJ from Taurota Tarot. I apologize, I'm late. Yeah. I went to bed last night. What you want? Sister tired. Go to work, come in, do this, just beat down. At any rate, this is the weekend update. However, you know me, I'm going to make up for it one way or the other. So we don't roll Friday to Tuesday. So what you got to do is check overlapping energy for the weekly from last week and when I do the weekly for next week. Because I'm throwing Tuesday in for good measure. Shit's changing. It's changing rapidly. A lot of things happening behind the scenes, Taurus. This is just shit I'm picking up on right now. Where's my other stone? I'm always losing stones. Anyway, things are changing rapidly. Some of you are reconsidering your options. That's always a good thing. Don't feel bad about that. So this is going to be 5 cards, 1 for each day, plus 2. I'm going to run 2 for overall energy and let the oracle cards fall where they will. Let's see. Housekeeping. Thank you so much for all the likes, shares, subscribes, comments. Please keep it coming. A reminder, I'm doing a special from now to the end of October. Full reading, 20 bucks. 20 bucks. You can have your option of what kind of reading or what you want me to read about or on or whatever. Let me know. Inbox me at tarotattarot@gmail.com. Any other information is down below. Check it out. Yeah, Taurus, y'all struggling. I'm struggling too. I feel it. But this is good. We're going to get through this. So, from underneath the bottom of the deck, the overall energy, mental conflict, and truth. Oh, shit. Just the kind of shit you need for your weekend. So, for tomorrow, Friday, new beginnings. Saturday, shadow. Sunday, fulfillment of wishes. Monday, heartache and loss. Tuesday, emotional withdrawal. Alright, I ain't putting nothing on no one set of cards no more. I'm just wait to see what the hell's going on. So from the bottom of this deck, overall energy, the mental conflict is pulling Princess of Cups, and the truth is pulling the 8 of Cups. Excuse me. So it's water energy, emotional energy, Taurus. I don't know what to say. New beginnings is pulling the Emperor. Shadow is pulling the Knight of Swords. Fulfillment of wishes is pulling the Magician. Loss is pulling the 6 of Cups. And emotional withdrawal is pulling the 9 of Swords. So let me start here and say this. And let me get the cards the way they should be. Because there's always, in my estimation, there's always a centerpiece to what we're doing and a challenge. Something we need to get over. Or something we need to understand in order for something to happen. So, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Okay. It's emotional. I don't know what the hell else to say. I'm probably just as emotional as you are. It's causing some mental conflict because there's some situations we're dealing with. Don't know if you want to deal with the person, with the situation, or just walk away. And that's that mental conflict. And the walk away part is really coming from the Emperor, which is in this deck and in my head is really about knowing what direction you're trying to go in, starting in a new direction, and cutting your losses for whatever it's worth. So your overall energy is emotional. Y'all trying to get off this shaky shit. Some of y'all are still dealing with situations that got that stop and go energy. And for those of you that are still kind of pushing and pulling and tugging with that, be mindful that that's some twin flame karmic energy type shit you're dealing with. Because of that, it's making it difficult for you to see clearly that you probably either need to really cut it, let it go, be done with the situation or the person, however that's resonating, or you need to recommit yourself to the situation so you can kind of get out of this funk that you're in. The choice is yours. I don't think and don't feel like going backwards this year is probably a good bet, especially going into a new cycle. And I'm just dealing with your overall energy now, so I know some of this is going to resonate with some of you, not all of you. But going back into old situations, especially at this point in time where we are in terms of cycles, this is a new cycle that's starting up for us. We're going into a 0 year. It's supposed to be about new beginnings, new things, new opportunities. Going back to somebody from the past may or may not work. It's really going to be dependent upon the two of you and what your level of commitment is. However, if it were I'd probably be trying to shoot for something new. It just feels like those of you that are dwelling on old things, there's a lot of obstacles and pitfalls that you're not even aware of. And so understand, this is where the mental conflict is coming from, because you can feel some of what I'm saying to you. You can just feel you trying to go back into an old relationship. Even for some of you, it might be an old job. You got a nugget sitting in your stomach going, don't you dare, don't you do it, don't do it. And that's that mental conflict. This is the pop-off part of your overall energy, which you are really showing out front. In the back of that, what you're really dealing with is standing up in your truth and dealing with the truth of a situation. If the shit ain't working, it ain't working. And sometimes you just got to get with the raw, funky truth of the whole situation. Fuck it, it's not working. And if it's not working, there's no shame in that, for whatever the reasons are. You didn't try hard enough, the other person didn't try hard enough. For whatever the reasons are, I believe most people make the best decisions they can make at any given moment. So if at one point you were like, fuck it, I can't do it no more, and you decided to wander off and do something else in that moment, if that's what felt right, then that's what you should have been doing. Now, there's consequences to everything. Just this, just how shit is. But if something's not working for you, Taurus, sometimes you just got to stand up in the middle of your damn truth, your own self, so you can really feel this. I feel like a lot of y'all are trying to do this, but I don't know if you really are feeling doing it. Moving off this emotional shit, these cups, and getting onto some firmer ground, because you're dealing, whatever the situation is that you're dealing with, it's almost like you can't shake it. It's like a damn badass cold. 3 weeks later, you still coughing and choking and shit. And the doctor keeps telling you, it's just a cold. Yeah, but you can't shake it. That's where you are. That's your energy right now. So whoever this is resonating with, I feel your pain, but you're going to have to work through the emotional stuff and really get to the practical, so you can start making some decisions, so you can get out of this energy and start moving forward. And particularly so you don't miss any opportunities. And this is what I'm looking at here. Friday's card, or Saturday's card, the Knight of Wands. It's almost like you missing your opportunities. You chasing something, but you going in the wrong direction trying to get it. And for a lot of you, this is about a job. For others of you, this is about a person. And as with either of those things, you're going to have to deal with some shadow shit. You're going to have to deal with some of your personal demons and fears. So you can either get yourself promoted at work, or figure out what's going on with a person. Because this feels like a person for a lot of you. It could be an air sign or somebody with a lot of air in their natal chart. However it's resonating, you're going to have to deal with your fears and your feels. You heard me? So you can either, like I said, recommit to this situation or get the hell away from it. Either way. For tomorrow, with the Emperor, new beginnings. For some of you, this ain't everybody, but for some of you, you have met or are getting ready to be a new person. There's that new beginning. For others of you, that this is ping-ponging around as far as jobs are concerned. You've gotten a promotion, and now it's time to start packing up boxes and moving to the new office. That's where that's going. Others of you, you may not know yet, but it's coming. It's coming. And this is major. This is a major arcana right here. So this is big shit, whether it's relationship or job. It's about sticking your finger out there and trying to see which way the wind is blowing. And that's where you're at right now. A lot of you are trudging straight ahead with the job. And a lot of you have been focused, a lot of Tauruses, and I'm not excluded, but a lot of Tauruses have been focused on their career and their job and how they're making their money and what they're doing with their coin. So this is a good omen right here that you're doing the right thing. You are moving in the right direction. For some of you, the process may be a lot slower. You have just got in your head, it's time to make some changes, but you haven't really started putting anything into motion yet. This is a good indicator to go ahead and start putting things into motion and get those new beginnings underway. For Saturday, like I said, the shadow, you have to really think about Taurus, what it is or who it is you're chasing. And for a lot of you, it ain't a who, it ain't a what, it's a who. Who are you chasing and why are you chasing? Even if you're not in the physical act and sky camming and trying to track folks down and stalking and doing some other shit on social media, if you mentally are just running around in your brain, this is air energy, so it could very well be that you were in your head about some shit and you're trying to figure out what's going on with this person. If you're trying to tame something, because that's the meaning of this card in this deck, upright, you're trying to tame something that's untamable. That in turn, that in turn got you dealing with some of your shadow shit. And you need to. It's a good thing. Deal with the demons lurking out in your closet that you scared to open the door. Get some of them skeletons out. I'm just saying. But when you do that, you clear your energy and you clear your thoughts because you're not carrying some big secret burden around. Whatever it is, that you are in love with somebody that don't give two flips about you. That could be some shadow shit. Or that someone is in love with you and you don't give two shits about them. Could be either way. But the situation here primarily is dealing with those of you that are trying to chase something that's not cooperating, it's not letting you chase it, or it's running so fast you can't keep up with it anyway. Deal with your demons, Taurus. Deal with your demons. If it's about abandonment issues, if it's about being afraid to be alone, whatever the issue is, at least get it out of the shadow. And that I got it sitting underneath the truth card is probably not a mistake. Get it out of the dark. Look it dead in its face. Acknowledge it for what it is and try to move past it. Take whatever pieces you can get out of your, whatever it is you're afraid of or fearful of. Find a positive nugget in it somewhere and try to move forward. I know that's easier me saying it than you doing it, but the reality is that we're in an energy right now that you can't afford to really, number one, be wasting your resources or your energy, and number two, getting stuck somewhere. This is just like a record. For those of you that are old enough to remember what a record is, not a CP and not an MP3, okay. But a record, records back in the day used to get scratched. And so a lot of people had diamond head needles. They were actually diamond. And when you would put the needle on the record, if there was a scratch in it, it would be just like a remix, the raw remix of something, just figure. So this is the same energy. You're just hitting the scratch, hitting that groove, and going right back to the beginning. Hitting that scratch, hitting that groove, going right back to the beginning. And you're trying to chase something that don't want to be chased. And really what it's about is you not wanting to face your own demons for whatever it's worth. For those of you that are in this stop and go energy with a relationship, a lot of that could be that way because you aren't facing something that's there, that's making you cling to this or attach yourself to this person. So I would take a minute and figure out, what the hell am I doing? Why are you chasing after something that don't want to be chased or that's not giving you enough attention anyway? What is the purpose? And I'll be the first one to tell you, I've been through that shit several times before. And sometimes you just have to stop yourself and go, wait a minute, why am I chasing this person? Really, they're not doing anything for me, but you had that energy there, you had that connection there, and codependent shit. Work it out, Taurus. Deal with your shadow. Excuse me, deal with your shadow. Sunday, and I'm using this as your centerpiece in your challenge. There may be some manipulation going on in terms of fulfillment of wishes, and particularly this is not going to resonate with everybody as far as relationships are concerned. What you need to be mindful of is the two sides of this card, the dual energy of the magician. The manipulation on the one side, and you being able to manipulate with the resources you have, either within you or without. It could be a book, an ink pen, whatever, and making what you want happen. Tricky, but that's your challenge. Are you being manipulated, or do you need to make some shit happen? And that's, you're going to have to figure it out. Only thing not on the board that would help would be the intuition part on the bottom. But that's your challenge for the next handful of days, to figure out, are you being manipulated, or can you use the energy to manifest what you're trying to manifest? For some of you, you are being manipulated. You need to figure that out, and you need to get with that person, trying to understand, why are they manipulating you? Why do they feel the need to manipulate you? All you were trying to do is have some wish fulfillment here. Somebody may be blocking. They may not feel worthy of you, Taurus. Yeah, I said it. And so they may be trying to manipulate the situation where you don't see the whole story. But I would use this as a heads up to take a deeper look at something if you need to. If you got that little twitch in the back of your head telling you something is not exactly right, this might be the time to check it out and see. At the end of all of this, you're trying to fulfill your wishes, Taurus. We're all on the same page. We're all trying to do the same thing. Do you need to work your magic, or do you need to get away from the manipulation to fulfill your wishes? Those are your choices. That's going to be on you for the next handful of days to figure out which one it is that you need to do. Monday's energy, heartache and loss. This is for a very specific few of you, an ex. You may find out, and this is an ex. This ain't no recent ex. Let me throw that out there. This is a couple people back ex type energy. And you may hear that they've gotten divorced, or you may hear that they're getting married. The energy is going both ways. Either way, it's going to involve some emotional issues here. Heartache and loss. Might be somebody you didn't think was going to get married and kind of just had them hanging out here back in the wings, you know, like, oh, maybe one day we'll get back together. And you get that phone call. Oh, you know, they got married. Hit you straight up off guard. For other people, you may be finding something out about an old relationship, and this may in turn open up some wounds. So just be mindful of the energy. Again, it's about working through the process. This may bring some closure for some of you, to find out that the other person has moved on, because they may have been, for some of you, just one of those people that'll call you every 6 months, but when they call you, it's just like a whole week worth of shit. The phone calling, the crying, the upset, the this, the that, the other, whatever, and almost always kind of trying to string you along type energy. You know, don't go nowhere, I still love you, I need to work on whatever, and then boom, somebody tells you this person is married, that kind of shit. So for some of you, it may resonate just that way, it may be just that way, and there's some heartache and some loss that goes with that. This should be temporary energy. You should be able to move through this relatively quickly if you've done any kind of emotional healing from this particular situation. Like I said, it's not coming back as anything bright, shiny, new. Not even kind of 2 years old new. This is old shit. So this may come as a surprise for some of you, but again, it's still one of those people that's been kind of lurking around in your life, not necessarily front and center, But, you know, like I said, that person that'll call you every 90 days, every 6 months, you know, and then they'll just drag you through a whole week's worth of shit because they own some shit, and then they're gone. Heads up on that. For Tuesday, emotional withdrawal. Some of y'all, once again, we're back in this air energy. And this is really coming back to this whole situation that you're chasing. For some of you, it just may be because you are up at night in your head, in your emotions, trying to figure some shit out. You have to do some emotional withdrawal. And emotional withdrawal to me is not a bad thing, because that gives you a chance to see where everybody else is, what they're doing, and how they're feeling. When you start pulling your energy away from people and they don't want you to, they'll give you a good indication of how they feel about you, where they are, and what they're doing, and what they're thinking. So I don't ever think that, I don't always think that the emotional withdrawal card is one of them things that, you know, oh, it's the end of the world, I need to go sit on the beach and cry. No, not necessarily. Sometimes pulling your energy back and doing some, well, damn it, having some emotional distance and some shit, that's your overall energy. It's not a bad thing. And it helps you see a little clearer. Taurus, please do not be up sitting at night trying to figure out some bullshit. Like, why didn't he call me and I'm a friend on Facebook? Fuck all that. Go to bed. Go to bed. Go to bed. Because all the agonizing and tripping and strategizing and shit you think you doing at 2 o'clock in the morning, at 8 o'clock ain't nobody going to give a damn, because you're going to be sitting in traffic trying to get your butt to work. I'm just saying. Do not let anything get you off your game, Taurus. Just don't. And whatever you're in your head about, be it work or boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, get out your head. This is not the energy. I'm telling you, you're going to miss some opportunities fucking around with stupid shit. Especially those of y'all on the hunt and the prowl looking for a relationship. You're going to miss something fucking around with this bullshit. So, if I'm going to just be the blunt Taurus I can be, I'd say just drop the dumb and get with the new shit. If there's even an inkling of somebody new in your existence that you can be dating or could be dating, do it. If you keep dwelling on old shit and what happened and what could be and sorta and I don't know and waiting and all that bullshit, this is what you're going to be doing up at night. And it's so unnecessary because we have so many fresh new things coming at us. Word to the wise, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. All right, let's see what the oracles got for our extended, late, but nonetheless weekend update. Let's see what we got going on with the oracles. Let me shuffle these up one time. Please be mindful with the magician. Oh, this one just popped out on its own. We're going to leave that right there. As I'm talking about the musician, okay. As I'm speaking about the magician, the cosmos, creativity and vastness. When it comes to you manifesting something, Taurus, you got the creativity, you can do it. Put that right there. And the universe is vast. If you can think it, it can happen. But it doesn't have to be the same thought you've always had. Hello. About manifesting something new. I'm just saying. It's a possibility. Work your magic in a new way. Or work your magic for a new person. Or work your magic for a new job. Instead of dealing with what you've been trying to manifest for the past 50 years. Why don't you get with something new? Just saying. I'm just saying. I know y'all like, she tripping. Click. Next video. I'm just saying. Let's see. The Lady of the Gift. The Map Maker of Destiny. On top of the Emperor card. The Spirit Whisperer. And the Lady in the Mirror. Okay, Taurus. So the Lady of the Gift. And this is... just pull her stuff out. This is her. These are her cards. And the way that she does them is she doesn't do reversals or anything with these. It's either ally energy or challenge energy. So the lady of the gift is about generosity, receiving, withholding. I'm going with withholding. You need to withhold some of that emotional shit. You need to get some emotional distance between you and whatever it is that I'm talking about for you. You need to get some emotional distance, and just withhold that energy. Just emotional withdrawal, damn it. It's not a bad, I keep saying, it's not a bad thing. It'll tell you quickly who's in it and who ain't. Start focusing on yourself, and being, since one of the words on there is generous, being generous to yourself and withholding your good resources from a bunch of idiots. I don't know why I said it like that, but there you go. If you've been doing too much for somebody that's not deserving, give it to yourself. What the hell? There's no sense of, and that's the energy that's kind of lurking in this reading, is that some of you are dealing with something or someone that gives less than two fucks about you at this point, but you haven't let it go, Taurus. And I get it. It's not lost on me at all. But I'm going to say it again. Don't fuck around with some jackass and what y'all say, miss your blessing? Okay, I'm going to just put that there. The map maker of destiny. Authentic purpose, inspiration, free will. I'm going to go with free will. Because you, after all, Taurus, have the free will to stop this. I'm just saying. You got the free will to move off them cups onto some firm ground. Now, you may be withholding, or you may be not doing certain things because you're waiting on someone. I'm just saying, I'm throwing it out here. You have free will to walk away too. If it's not working, or if it's something that never even really got off the ground, you do have free will to get the hell up and walk the hell away. I'm going to leave that there. But map maker of destiny, I'm just saying, you're trying to figure out which way to go. I would also use this as a good omen if you're trying to move forward in a new direction. Or did we say new beginnings? You see that 0 up there? I'm just saying. And that's the map maker of destiny. And you recognizing that you have the free will to walk away from something if you need to, and walk into something else if you want to. I'm going to just leave it there. The spirit whisperer, divine guidance, higher knowing. I'm going with higher knowing. Intuition all day long. And more water, more cups, that emotional. And instead of being so emotionally caught up in whatever it is, using those emotions to kind of guide you towards using your intuition. It's just two ends of the same stick. Being all emotional, or using your emotions to help guide you. Using your emotions towards your intuition to help guide you into where you need to be. The last card, the Lady of the Mirror, reflection and non-judgment. I'm going with reflection on here because, again, dealing with your shadow, dealing with those demons, dealing with things that are keeping you from moving forward, and they have you stuck on stupid, like the record with the scratch in it, chasing after something. And for a handful of you, it may be, well, a job. And you know you don't have the education for it, but you still trying to chase it like you're going to get it. I'm just throwing it out there. Or you don't have the experience for it, but you hoping against hope up here in your head with this air energy that something different new is going to happen. Deal with your demons. You start dealing with them. Deal with just a little bit of what you're scared of, that shadow. Deal with it, and it'll help you move forward. Taurus, I'm going to leave your reading there for your weekend update. I'm so sorry I was late, but I love you guys. I hope you guys have a good end to your week and a good weekend. I will be back here for sure this weekend to do next week's weekly update. Have a good one, y'all. Bye.